So here's a story about a guy who's about to go scorched earth on his fiancée after finding out she's cheating on him. But guess where she's been doing the actual physical cheating on? At her job. And guess what her job is? A teacher. So she's she's frolicking, if you will, on school premises where, get the point. Not good. And she's toast. Titled, Caught My Fiancé Having an Emotional Affair with a Coworker Again. And a shout out to Mr. Arkansas for sending in this story. My fiancée, 32-year-old female, cheated on me with another teacher from her school, and this is now the second time this has happened. Smack! There shouldn't be a second time. You should have gotten rid of the first time, but he's now learning. We've been together for 8 years, have a daughter together who is currently in elementary school, and we were making plans to finally get married. My daughter also goes to the same school where my fiancé works, which makes this whole situation even more difficult. The part that hurts the most is that this already happened once before, with another teacher from the same school. Back then, rumors spread around the school environment, and it indirectly affected our daughter. She was confused, hurt, and I hated seeing her exposed to adult problems that she shouldn't have to deal with. Oh my God, this poor kid. And do you think his fiancé cares? No. So this happened before, and rumors were going on, and he stayed with her? Smack! Do it. We got to protect the family. Well, guess what? Once a cheater, always a cheater. Here she is again. A few nights ago, her phone started vibrating nonstop late at night, which immediately felt strange to me. I ended up seeing the messages between her and this coworker. From what I saw, it seems emotional for now, but honestly, that's already enough for me. I don't want to keep digging deeper or wait around until it becomes physical too. Dude, it's physical. Guarantee it's physical. What really bothers me is that she completely denies everything. I try talking to her calmly about it, but she insists he's just a friend from work, even after everything I saw myself. Doesn't matter. She should be on her absolute best behavior after obviously the first incident. Nope. By staying with her after the first incident, you told her she could do it again and have no consequences, and that's what's happening. At this point, my biggest concern isn't me anymore. It's my daughter. I don't want her going through the same rumors, tension, and confusion she experienced the first time this happened. Well, obviously the daughter's a little kid. I mean, how much rumors and stuff is going around with a bunch of fucking first graders or something? I mean, seriously. I feel angry, embarrassed, heartbroken, honestly lost. Part of me feels like trust can't survive this happening twice. It can't. Another part of me is terrified of blowing up my family and hurting my daughter in the process. Dude, you didn't ruin or blow up the family. She did. Right now, I'm mainly looking for advice and an outside perspective on this. Well, we're about to get in the second part, which is interesting. My advice, because you asked for it, end it. That's what you need to do. Do everything you can to get custody of that daughter. And, oh yeah, since she's doing this on school premises, as you're going to find out, inform the school. I don't care if she's in a teacher's union. She's doing this at school. Hell, what if the media finds out about this? That ain't going to be too good. Parents aren't going to be too happy knowing that teachers are frolicking while the kids are in school and she's in the freaking teacher's lounge or in the janitor's closet doing whatever. Oh, no, you got a lot of power, my man. Update. He says, first of all, I want to thank you all who took the time to comment on my previous post. I read all your responses. I ended up taking a lot of the advice that I was given. Looking back, I think I already knew what the decision I need to make when I wrote my original post. I was just too hurt and confused to fully accept it at the time. The first thing I did was gather and preserve all the evidence I had before confronting her. Well, good, you got the evidence. But what's the point of confronting her? She's only going to do the same crap she did before. Gather up your stuff. Maybe time to relocate where you live and your daughter. Put your daughter in a different school. As many of you predicted, she initially denied everything. Well, of course. She's a liar. She kept repeating the same lie she used the first time around, that he was just a friend from work. It was honestly baffling to watch her stick to the story even after everything I'd seen, but at the same time, it wasn't surprising. Well, once I showed her the evidence, the denial stopped. She started crying, but never really offered an explanation. Hobag Handbook Chapter 2. The only thing she kept saying was that she didn't know why she did it and that nothing happened. See? Deny, 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 then cry, 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 and then back to the deny, deny, deny. Or, I don't know why I did it. Like, how many parents out there, your kids do something stupid? Why'd you do that? I don't know. Smack. Yes, you do know. Why'd you do it? I don't know. Smack. Eventually, they're going to admit what they know. The problem is the messages say a different story. The conversations include discussions about having SCX on school premises, exchanging photos, and even planning how they were going to keep everything hidden from people at the school. What hit me especially hard was reading messages where they discussed how students were actually becoming suspicious. Oh, this is gold. This is his lawyer's gold. Not to mention local media. Oh, does this guy have power? For those who didn't read my original post, my daughter attends the same elementary school with my now fiancé works. That's what hurts the most. I can deal with being betrayed. What I can't accept is the possibility of my daughter being dragged into another situation like this. Well, man, you should have ended the first time because now she's potentially another situation. Time to end it, pal. The first time my ex got involved with a teacher's school, rumors spread and my daughter ended up being affected by it. Reading messages that suggest students are already talking about this again infuriates me. As a result, I made the decision to transfer my daughter to another school. At this point, protecting her emotional well-being is my highest priority. That said, I don't feel like that's the end of it. It's not the end of it. And no matter what, okay, he's protecting the girl, having her go to another school. But guess what? She's a little kid. Yeah, upset she's going to be there. She's now in a new school, and all her friends are at the previous school, and all that. I mean, that's tough. All because of her freaking mom. And it's time to go scorched earth, pal. A lot of people suggested informing the school administration. There's an idea. Right now, I'm seriously considering that. Well, be more than considering that. I have screenshots of the conversation as well as voice messages. My thinking is that if something inappropriate is happening between staff members and students are already aware enough to be talking about it, then administration should at least know what's going on. And oh yeah, it's going on school property. And no doubt when the kids are in school. Again, this is gold. I also have the urge to speak to the affair partner directly, but the more I think about it, the more I wonder if it would accomplish absolutely nothing. Don't go to him. If he's married, go to his wife. There's another development as well. I found out the affair partner has a girlfriend. From what I've been able to tell through social media, they don't appear to be very active together these days. But as far as I know, they're still together. Part of me feels that if I were in her position, I'd want to know the truth. She has a right to know. But believe me, if he gets fired and all that ends up in the newspaper or something, she'll find out soon enough. Finally, I'm planning to speak with a lawyer this week to better understand my options going forward, especially regarding my daughter. Unfortunately, that's easier said than done because my ex-fiancé's father is a very well-known lawyer in my city, which adds another layer of stress to an already difficult situation. Well, if he's an already well-known lawyer, it means he's no doubt connected, and if he's in the private sector, I'm going to guess he has money, or unless he works, for the local government or the state or something like that and has power, you can't let that stop you. And this asshole is going to do what he can to strike you down because obviously his daughter, your fiancé, is a spoiled asshole acting like this. This guy's going to be tough on you, but you can't back down. At this point, my focus is my daughter, protecting her in any fallout, and making sure I make the right decision moving forward. I'd appreciate any advice on the following subjects. Would you inform the school administration, and if so, how would you approach it? If you knew the affair partner's partner was being deceived, would you tell them? For those who've dealt with custody and co-parenting after infidelity, what steps should I be taking right now? Well, I can't tell you from personal experience because I don't have any of that in common with you. What I can tell you is get your lawyer and find out your options. And they may have heard of your soon-to-be ex-fiance's father. Regardless, you're going to be prepared for a fight. And I hope you got money. But it's worth it for your daughter. But regardless, she needs to be reported to her school, to her employer. And do you think any parents out there would like it too much if two teachers were frolicking on school property? Not too much. Absolutely. And it might come down to literally like her dad saying to you, like, okay, well, tell you what, I'll back away and you can have full custody of the girl, blah, 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 a favorable deal if you don't go to the authorities or the school or something like that. But hey, I think she needs to be fired. And so is that guy. And people need to know about it. So I'll listen to your lawyer and protect your daughter at all costs. Got to get out of there and do not take her back at all. But look, this is what happens with cheaters. They keep doing the same damn thing. But don't let her father scare you. You gotta be tough. Tough for you, tough for your daughter. And I would not let him get away with it. She needs to get fired, and that guy, and be outed. But that's up to you. Now, a few comments here. One guy says, your first stop is your lawyer's office. Get a shark. One that preferably knows and accepts that this will get ugly. Isn't afraid of her dad or willing to get dirty. See? Not afraid of her dad. She knows she's exposed, vulnerable, and you have all the leverage. Thank you. She'll be speaking with her dad about strategies on how to take the advantage back. I hope you live in a one-party consent state because you need to record every interaction with this vile woman. Get cameras, record audio, everything. She'll claim DV, inappropriate contact with your daughter, emotional abuse, absolutely anything to paint you in a bad light. Let me be clear, she's effing dangerous right now, and she'll fight like a caged animal. Yes, she's going to do that, guaranteed. And if that isn't her natural instinct, Daddy is going to tell her to do that. So prepare for freaking war and go scorched earth. If you show weakness, if you show that you're timid and afraid of her father, guarantee you they're going to use that against you. Don't. You got to fight strength with strength. Another guy says here, with that in mind, you need to be strategic. Even dropping hints of keeping your family together, willingness to do counseling, reconciliation, whatever, all while strategically planning with your lawyer for primary custody and the advantage through the divorce. Act weak around her time for your Oscar-worthy performance. You're doing this for your daughter and yourself. No, do not act weak around her, because then she'll take that like that. Then after your lawyer says you're clear, put a package together with all the evidence for school administration, the school board, and the girlfriend. This all likely will come out during the custody hearing. You can use the court evidence to show that you had to pull your daughter from school where her mother works and away from her friends due to your wife's vile behavior. Ignore all the advice from exposure first, lawyer and strategy first, exposure second. Well, I don't agree with that whole acting weak around her to throw her off. No, you got to show strength. But holy crap. Now, the only thing that would make this crazier is if she was, say it was like a junior high or high school, and she was hooking up with a student. But there's enough here to bury her. And I'm sure her father knows that. So they're going to try everything they can in this guy. I hope he doesn't fall for it. So guys, there you go. Another awful situation. Man, nurses and teachers, huh? And flight attendants.